Hall. During that traffic stop, the officer was shot and killed, and there were witnesses to that incident. Witnesses reported to police that the shooter fled on foot and headed towards the cage, which is over a student parking lot near Duck Pond Drive. There, as police responded, a second person was found, and that person is deceased. Several law enforcement agencies have been called in and are lending support. We have asked Virginia State Police to take lead on this investigation. And as of right now, the status of the shooter is unknown. We're asking the campus community to shelter in place, to stay indoors, to secure themselves. And we're asking for no visitors, for no one to come onto campus.
Can you tell me the second person who was found in the cage parking lot? Is that a student? Was that an officer? Can you give me anything about
that person has not been identified. I don't know the identification.
Are you guys doing, can you tell me anything about the search? Is it clearing every building? Is it just following tips? Can you tell me anything about what they're doing actively right now?
We have many law enforcement agencies here. They have a description of the suspect. They are searching all buildings, all public areas, outdoor, indoors. We're looking absolutely everywhere for the person that matches the description.
I don't know if you know this, but is there any way that this is connected to an armed robbery at Radford yesterday? We got some reports that the suspect description is very similar to that incident.
I don't know that. That might be something that we'll have to flush out with police as we're investigating. I think at this point we don't have a lot of confirmed facts.
Today, can you tell me about today on campus? Because today wasn't a class day, right?
Today's reading day. Tomorrow begins final exams for the fall term. So no classes are in session, but students are here to study and prepare for their final exams.
Okay. We drove on campus and we heard the loud alert. We talked to students who were in classes, review sessions that saw the message board. Can you just tell me what you guys have in place that went out to alert students and kind of just reiterate your whole emergency drill?
Right. Our emergency notification system is multi-tiered, multi-leveled, has multi-mediums. We have what we call VT phone alerts, which involves text messages, voicemail, and email to non-campus email. We will send out a blast email to all students, faculty, and staff. We have classroom message boards in over 600 rooms in public areas on campus. We have VT desktop alerts, which any computer here or off campus can get. The screen will signify that there's an alert. We use our homepage. We've used the public media to help get the word out. We have outdoor sirens that have an audible, a vocal message that will get that emergency information out. So we deployed them all, and we deployed them immediately and to get the word out. And we continue to provide updates as often as we have. And even if we don't have new information, after about 30 minutes, we're going to continue to keep people apprised of what we know.
Do you think that constant communication or fairly constant communication helps keep down panic? And have you seen students hysterical, panicking? I mean, if obviously there were witnesses to this shooting, those students, I would assume, are pretty hysterical.
Again, I don't know that, but ongoing communication is essential, because without ongoing communication, in the absence of information, perhaps misinformation will get out there. So it's essential and it's very critical to continuously provide updates, and we do that again in multi-mediums, multi-levels, in multiple ways, as often as we have it. And if there is any new information, once it's confirmed, we'll get it out there.
I hate to ask this, but in the wake of what happened in 2007, are you guys, is this down to silence for you guys kind of response, or does it add even more panic to the situation?
Every case is unique. Every case, 2007 and today, are tragic, and we're responding in the most efficient and effective way as we can.
Maybe
Virginia Tech spokesman there at the initial press conference. I believe that was about
Owczarski, just from a
2 o'clock.
Right, the 2 o'clock press conference. If you are just joining us, if you are just turning on the TV set, arriving home from work or school or wherever your day has taken you, I'm Jean Jadhan with News 7, joined by my colleague Holly Davis. This is special continuing coverage of shootings on the Virginia Tech campus. This all started around lunchtime, at around noon today, when a Virginia Tech police officer was making a routine traffic stop in a parking lot near Castle Coliseum. That officer was shot dead in that parking lot. Witnesses saw what happened. Then the man took off on foot, the suspected gunman, toward the Cage, which is a parking lot used by many Virginia Tech college students. A person was found dead in that parking lot. We don't have the identities of either of the two people who were killed. We do know the first person was, in fact, a Virginia Tech police officer. We don't know the identity of that second person who was shot. We do know that the shooter is at large. Whether that person was able to take off in a car or just on foot, whether that person is on campus or somewhere in the community at large or is now miles away, we don't know. We do know there is someone armed and dangerous, and there are two people dead on the Virginia Tech campus.
A description there of the shooting suspect, a white male, possibly wearing gray pants, a maroon hoodie, if the person is indeed still in that attire. Again, Montgomery County schools are on lockdown. Also, Blacksburg Park and Rec facilities are canceling all of their events for the afternoon. Also getting word from the Collegiate Times as well as Virginia Tech that finals that were scheduled for tomorrow have now been postponed. Again, this was exam day. Finals were supposed to start tomorrow.
And those finals are being postponed. Those sirens that went off quickly on the Virginia Tech campus, students were given alerts over their phones. And imagine the feeling and the chill that went through so many people's minds and people's bodies when they heard those sirens, especially in light of what happened in 2007. Many family members, faculty members who were there 4 years ago are still on campus today. Many people in the community, everyone it seems in this community has a connection to the Virginia Tech campus in some way, shape, or form.
I'm looking back at what happened in 2007. Obviously, that event is still very raw, still very emotional for many people who lived out that tragedy, and to be going through that again, it just brings back horrible memories. The school obviously has made a continued effort to get past that and certainly to always remember. But the school spirit on the campus of Virginia Tech is nothing like you've ever seen, and those students, those